Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions of another oud oil. It's going to be from the halves of jungle oud, and the oud I'm reviewing or doing the first impressions of today is called Hind al oud. So the colour of this oil is beautiful, and Hindi oils generally in my experience have this beautiful golden hay, slightly ambery colour, and this one's no exception. So this one is from the region of Haflong, and Haflong is, I believe it's a place in Assam. So this is an Assamese oud, and it's considered a Hindi oud. So oud from India or Bangladesh is considered a Hindi oud, and generally that name is given by Arabs or people from the Middle East, so it's stuck. And if you're wondering why does Bangladesh oud is considered Hindi oud as well as oud from India, it's because India and Bangladesh were one country before in the past. Then the English came, then they separated it into different countries: Pakistan, India and Bangladesh. But it's generally one country, and it's a Hindi oud. Hindi, again, the word Hindi, Hindu, was actually made up by Persians, and it's supposed to be, in the Persian language, people from the Sindhu River. And the Sindhu River or the Indus River is in India, obviously, and that's where the name comes from. But forget about the history lesson. I'm here to do a first impressions of Hind al oud. So this is from the company Jungle Oud. Jungle Oud is a relatively new company to my knowledge. I've only noticed them recently, and they were kind enough to send me some samples, not even to review or not even to do first impressions. The guy that owns this company, who's based in the UK, which is a massive advantage for me and many others and those around Europe. You can really get these oils quite cheaply in terms of delivery cost, and quite quickly as well, instead of like ordering oud oils from over the world. Like I've ordered oud oils from Thailand, oud from India, and it takes ages and it costs a lot of money. Well, UK based, it's great. So yeah, Jungle Oud sent me these oils, not even to review or do first impressions. The guy just messaged me and said, I really like your channel, I've not seen you make videos in a while, I just want to send you a gift to make you feel better. And I thought that was great. So I'm going to do first impressions of all these oils in the next few weeks. I have been just extremely busy this past 1.5 years with many of the issues that I mentioned in my previous couple of videos. But let's do a first impressions of Hind al oud. So this is a Assamese oil, and from what I can gather, it was distilled in 2019, and this is a wild oud as well, and it sells for £150, I believe, for a 2.5 gram, and that is unreal value, because Hindi oud can be very, very expensive, maybe twice the price of that from other vendors. So let's give this a first impressions. And I'm gonna give a little tiny dab here, and I'm just going to give it a slight rub so it makes it easier for my first impressions and lets it evolve a little bit quicker than compared to when I'm wearing it. When I'm wearing it, I don't do any rubbing. This has a beautiful, really strong, earthy muddiness. Now the muddiness that I get is a bit more wet. It's not like a dry earthiness, but it's more wet and muddy sort of earthiness, but lots of warm, really, really warm spices. This is a little bit more on slightly the stronger side or slightly the pungent side. So I don't think this is an oud oil that would be friendly to people that are quite new to the world of oud or are beginners. This is quite animalic in my opinion. Very, very strong, earthy muddiness, and lots of strong leather. I get lots of strong leather with spiciness, which I would describe to be a little bit like tobacco leaf. This is a strong Hindi oil, no doubt. So my initial impression is this is a very strong oud oil, which is not going to be something that you would want to wear in a crowd or with people that might not appreciate this. If you're into quite strong, aggressive style Hindis, then this one would be something you might want to consider. Very strong tobacco, very strong leathery sort of vibe. I don't pick up any sort of hay, but I pick up this slightly muddy sort of vibe from this. Very, very dark in its feel. This sort of, if I was to describe it as a colour, I'm getting brown and slight hues of orange. Brown and slight hues of orange with some blackness. Whew, it is strong. Lots of leather, lots of tobacco. So the main notes I pick up from this is the leather, tobacco, and a little bit of warm spice, and a sort of muddiness in the background. It's gently smoothing out a little bit, but this is aggressive, this is strong. So if you want an oud oil which punches, this one definitely packs a punch. It smells very, very old as well. It has like an old school sort of vibe. Sort of walking into like imagine you're like Indiana Jones and you open up a tomb and you're walking into this really dark, musty, sort of musky sort of tomb. It's very dark in there. And you just smell really old, leathery books. That's the sort of vibe I'm picking up. Now that I settled it a little bit, it's starting to become less pungent. And I'm picking up a little bit more nicer qualities. And it seems to be a little bit more wearable now. But yeah, it's really giving me that vibe. Going into a really dark tomb with lots of leather books. And it's extremely dark. So that's my first impressions of Hind Al Oud from the House of Jungle Oud. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do make sure to leave me a like and leave me a comment below. I always like reading comments. Until next time, my friends. See you later.